Sideways.
Just like Sam is gonna do us.
Sideways?
Mm-hmm.
Well, fuck me sideways.
Oh my god! Hello everybody, Spooky Sam Woman here.
And Jess, to her left. Hello.
Yay! We know
on the
directions.
video, if you're looking at the video, I am to the right. But I'm the left side.
I can't math.
Hello, that's not math.
Last episode, we were taught about the demon wedding that Sam wanted to do in more detail.
Souls.
Our souls will be bounded to Sam.
Binded together like a book. Just bind.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. We're gonna be in a binder, 3-ring.
Holes punched.
It's gonna be green, so you can bring it to science class.
Because it's Sam.
Green for science.
Anyway, Sam didn't see his brothers off as they left the mansion.
Yep, and now he just randomly popped up behind us.
After I closed the door, however, Sam appeared at the balcony above the lobby and began to descend the staircase.
Are they gone?
No.
Yeah, they'll be back this weekend. I want to know what day it is. Oh.
Maybe like a Wednesday.
Oh, I love Wednesdays.
Hump day.
Hump day.
Sam sighed and ran his hand through his hair, letting his shoulders slouch forward. Oh, look at his little grumpy sideways mouth.
This is ridiculous. Is wedding prep really this complicated?
Yes.
Ask an expert. Because she's...
Don't make the mistake I did. Please double check the date on your save the dates, please.
She printed out save the date invitations. And she put this year's.
I'm getting married next year in 2019.
She put 2018.
I spent $70. At least next time I will only have to pay half because I only have the envelopes. That is the plus side. Don't be a fucking idiot like me, okay?
Double check anything and everything. Triple check it.
Have someone else check it for you. Get a new pair of eyeballs on that motherfucker.
You make sure it's right before you... Oh.
Don't be me.
Don't be a Rachel. I mean, don't
be a spooky. Who the fuck's Rachel?
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Don't be a spooky.
I could only nod before walking over and meeting him as he reached the bottom step. As he stepped off of it, I wrapped my arms around him and nuzzled his forehead, making him look into my eyes.
Look me in the eyes. It'll be worth it in the end when we're married.
Sam smiled and wrapped his arms around my waist, nuzzling my forehead. I felt the deep love in his embrace.
Smirk.
Oh, he's so cute, and wanted to protect me from the world and all the dangers within it. He had protected me so many times with those arms that were wrapped around me.
If I get to be with you forever, then I guess it's worth the work. Doofus.
As long as you'll have me, I'll be with you forever. Doofus is so cute. The way that he says it.
He's so good. I love this voice actor.
His voice is so smooth.
With a loving gaze, Sam lifted a hand from my waist and cupped my cheek. And I nuzzled into the warmth of his palm and let out a loving sigh. I took my hair down, which was a giant mistake.
I got it, don't worry.
Hey, can we go somewhere tomorrow?
You want to go to the mall? You want to go to Papa Gino's?
Huh? Sure, I guess. Where did you want to go?
Talk about it?
Downtown! Downtown!
Thoughts of him going to the black market crossed my mind, making me slightly worried as to where he wanted to go. Sam, however, looked at his feet.
Well, we already asked your folks and stuff about me marrying you. But there's one person I have to ask permission from.
I'm gonna tear up. Who?
Your grandfather.
I'm gonna tear up.
I was shocked. He wanted to go to my grandfather's grave. Damien had explained that it had been my grandfather who had brought them over from the demon world, but I was still getting used to the idea. Sam continued to explain as I wrapped my head around question.
I know I sound a little dumb, but it was kind of important to me and my brothers. It's the one who brought us here after all. It's only respectful if, I guess, I kind of ask for his blessing. I mean, it's dumb and we don't have to, but...
No, we can. Definitely tomorrow around noon then. Oh my god.
Sam stared in shock before he nodded with a smile.
All right.
This part's gonna kill you.
Yeah, it is.
The thought of us
It's
going...
not even that it's like, oh, this is really cute. I'm crying over how cute it is. No, it's my pet is gone. It makes it so much worse.
Mm-hmm. The thought of us going to visit grandfather's grave somehow made me feel happy instead of sad. We had both visited him before, but we weren't engaged then, and something had felt special about this visit. Maybe it was because Sam was doing things right before marrying me, who knew? We went to bed that night, settled into our plans for the following day. As morning arrived, we got dressed and were out of the house by the time the clock struck noon. It was a bright day and no one else was visiting, so Sam and I were alone in the cemetery. It was a little unnerving, but at the same time, it was nice to be able to spend time at grandfather's grave alone with Sam. I would visit alone eventually, but for now, Sam took control of our visit. Sam sat down in front of the grave, crossing his legs, staring at the stone slab that was my grandfather's gravestone. I followed suit, sitting beside him, placing a bouquet of colorful flowers beside the grave.
No matter how many times we come here, it's still so odd. I remember when we met almost like it was yesterday.
Yeah, it's still strange.
We both sat in comfortable silence, looking at the grave. It was strange remembering that 2 years ago, I had met Sam and his brothers literally the day after my grandfather had died. Now I was getting married to Sam. It was surreal, to say the very least. Sam straightened his back and cleared his throat, causing me to look at him in confusion.
So, Mr. Anderson, I hope that you're around to hear us and stuff. Your spirit, I mean. I'm fucking this up already.
Oh, you're so cute. What?
I was confused. Why was he asking if my grandfather was there? He was buried underneath the earth and his spirit was probably in the afterlife. Sam took another breath.
I must sound like a complete jackass. You've given my brothers a chance to start new lives, and I can't ever thank you enough. Now, I'm asking for your granddaughter's hand. I must seem like a brat, huh?
This hand or this hand?
Or...
This hand. Boy. 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 Like, blue. Boy. 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 It's your boy. It's your boy.
I could only watch as Sam ran his hand through his messy hair, obviously deep in thought, and formulating his words carefully before speaking. He didn't want to mess up. I could tell by the look on his face.
You've given us so much already. I want to be able to not only pay you back for giving my brothers better lives, but I want to be with your granddaughter for the rest of my life. As a demon, and as her husband. I promise to take care of her and love her for the rest of my life. I want to be with her and provide her with the life she deserves. I may be a demon, but I love her, and will do anything to protect her and keep her happy. Please, if you're here, I humbly ask for your blessing to marry your granddaughter.
That's so sweet, though.
My heart was overwhelmed by the emotional speech Sam made. Tears were forming in my eyes from the love he was expressing for me. I held my hands over my chest, unable to stop the pounding of my heart. Sam truly loved me. As I stared, a gentle wind passed through the air and brushed over Sam's and my skin. It was out of place. The sun was out and I hadn't felt a breeze at all until just then.
Huh? Grandfather?
Another small breeze brushed over us, making me and Sam smile at the sensation. The wind was my grandfather's answer, and it was gentle enough to let us know that he was happy to see where we were and what we were planning to do. Sam let out another breath he was holding in, now that I knew that my grandfather approved.
I won't let you down.
Somebody already did into the grave. Sorry, I had to.
I couldn't help a wide smile growing on my face. I was beyond overjoyed at the situation. If grandfather was really there, I was happy to know that he approved of us. We went home that day feeling confident and ready for whatever the future held for us. We gained the blessing of my grandfather, and I was certain that however we went about this marriage, we were going to care and love for each other for the rest of our lives. Just thinking about Sam being with me forever made my heart jump in joy. Is I really that excited to be married to him? Yeah.
I would be.
My heart thought so, despite him being a demon. Still, the demon ritual remained in the back of my mind, softly prodding my thoughts as we returned home and worked more on wedding arrangements. That's my Shmimi. She wants baby food. I looked at Sam, now curious enough to bring up. The question was, would I? Did your walkthrough say anything about this?
Yes.
Is a yes? Okay.
I don't care if it said yes, but I'm bringing it up anyway.
It was bothering me. I wanted to know what was on Sam's mind, and I needed to hear his thoughts on it. I looked at Sam as he pored over a guest list. He was proficient with reading now, constantly learning in the past 2 years we had been together. So he was flying through this work with ease.
See, and if we were dating a Korean, yeah. Slowly learning how to read English.
Still, I needed to break the silence.
Silence is broken. Sam, can I ask you something?
He's like, what was that first part? Sam? Sam looked up from his work and sat up straight, rolling back his shoulders.
Yeah, sure, what's up?
Promise you won't be mad?
Sam furrowed his eyebrows, now concerned with what I had to ask. I bit my lower lip, but he nodded, crossing his arms and leaning back against his chair.
Go ahead.
I was biting.
If I was nervous before, I was even more nervous now.
Well, you see...
I looked down at the table, hoping that the wooden surface would help me find some way to form my thoughts. Once I was able to form my thoughts into words, I looked back up at Sam.
Why is having a demon marriage so important to you? Look at...
Sam stared at me in shock. I don't think that's shock.
Well, he's frozen. He's shocked. He's like so...
He's so cool. I knew I had thrown him off, but I needed to say it. I wanted him to explain and for us to discuss it. If it was something Sam wanted, I really wished to help him and possibly achieve it with him. If it was impossible, I still wanted to know and at least try regardless. All for him. Sam sighed and looked down at his crossed arms. Was it seriously that big a deal that he felt shame over it?
Who told you about it?
Oh boy. I overheard you and your brothers arguing about it yesterday.
I began to worry. Did I make him mad? Would he be furious at me for bringing it up? I watched as he ran both of his hands through his hair and let out a sigh.
Well, we're having a human marriage and stuff, and, well, I guess that
Sam bit his lip, shutting his eyes as he collected his thoughts. I waited patiently, wanting to know exactly what he felt. He then looked up at me with a sad, almost heartbroken look in his eyes.
I guess I just miss being a demon.
What about being a demon that you miss? But Sam, you are a demon.
That's not what I meant. I mean, yeah, I'm a demon, but am I really at this point? I work for a human police force. I live in the human world. I barely ever use my power, so it's like I'm not even a demon anymore.
He feels like he's not himself.
Sam looked down at his lap and closed his eyes, slumping his shoulders in almost pathetic guilt.
So I wanted to eventually ask you when the time was right to marry you demon style. Basically, I'd bind my soul to yours and yours to mine. That way, I'll always know when you're okay. You'd be able to tell if I was too.
But what about preparing the spell? Surely you have to arrange it somehow with spell components and whatever else. I can only imagine what soul binding requires.
That I hadn't gotten around to yet. I didn't want to do anything until I knew I could do it, but lately I found out that it's impossible.
I couldn't help but feel my lips droop into a frown. Sam seemed really bummed about not being able to pull off the ritual. It was a big deal, or so Sam emotionally suggested. Sam ruffled his own hair with his fingers, slightly growling under his breath. Despite not looking at me, I could tell that he was angry with the situation.
The one chance I have to feel like how I really am, and I can't even do it.
I'm sorry.
I feel terrible for bringing it up. Sam, however, shook his head and looked to me.
Look, don't worry about it and forget you ever heard anything, okay? We'll get married like normal, and we'll spend the rest of our lives together.
Now I'm interested.
We don't need a spell for that.
But now I want to do it.
I knew Sam was just trying to avoid talking about it further, so I nodded and agreed.
Okay, Sam.
Sam nodded before going back to work, as did I.
Now let's
I think that's what's going to happen. So you know what? I'm gonna end this episode off here.
Perfect.
Yay! So we will begin the next video with the sex.
Probably not exactly the beginning of the video. The sex, but
close.
Almost.
Getting there.
Uh-huh.
Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed, go ahead and leave a like and subscribe. Share with your friends if they like. I just totally forgot what we talked about in this video.
You know, we talked about, not feeling like yourself.
Yeah. Give us a like if you've ever felt like you're not yourself.
If you ever felt like you couldn't be yourself for some reason.
Give a like if you've ever felt like a plastic bag going through the
Wanting to start again.
Yep.
I completely understand.
Katy Perry, you master of words.
It's right there. Hits home.
Home is where the heart is, and the heart, it hurts.
Heart hurts right. No, we're not having this anatomy class again.
We already did that again. Anyway, bye-bye.
Okay, bye.